game here from Coops and Rocket Row. Empire and Khorne. We have double Skullcannon versus the Black Lions and some Demigryph Knights with lances. Someone, I forget who you were. Was it Patrick Walker? I don't remember, man. Someone popped into my stream and asked if anybody ever plays the Demigryph Knights with lances. And some people do. I generally prefer them over halberds. I think they're a little more versatile. But that's fine. And yes, I know I said versatile instead of versatile. I'm what you call an idiot. What do we got here for the builds? Double Skullcannon, who are both currently horrendously missing the Black Lions, but double Skullcannon on one side with triple Minotaurs, all with great weapons, a front line of Marauders of Khorne, a back line of 2 Fleshhounds, 2 Chaos Warhounds, and then Valkia with her Spear and Demon Shield. On the side of the Empire, we have Spearmen, the Black Lions, who have become increasingly popular in recent days, who are getting kind of blasted by Skullcannons right now. 4 Empire Knights, 1 Demigryph Knights Lances, Horse Karl Franz with all of his buffs to try and help out these Demigryph Knights do good work, and then a Life Mage with Earthblood and Regrowth. Still Karl Franz, still healing, but it is a little spicy with Horse Franz, basic Demigryphs, and of course, everyone's favorite, the Black Lions. I actually love the Black Lions. I think they're such a fun concept for a unit. They're actually getting an undercasted Regrowth right now, but they're on fire, so they'll get half healing, and they've already lost 1 model. Skullcannons are doing good, but the Black Lions are returning fire, the Minotaurs of Khorne taking most of the punishment for this. It looks like for now the Empire is just ignoring the Skullcannons, not really interested in shooting back at that single entity that's pretty good at dodging, and just accepting the damage they'll probably take. The Regrowth did not seem to accomplish too much, and the Earthblood... Oh, they've maxed out. Oh, that's terrible. It's a very hard aspect to understand or, like, see in-game. But you just saw it there. Their health wasn't ticking up at all. It's because their 3 models that they had were all at full health. They're just missing an entire model, so they can't get back to full HP, even though they're not heal capped. Like, they can get more healing now that some of the models have taken damage but haven't died. Anyway, that's pretty tough. A nasty Spear Slopnir is actually going to go through a Greatsword and a Spearman, so that's 2 for 1 value. And this is a rough start for the Empire. Already, Black Lions have eaten up a lot of your healing, and they've still lost a model. And there they go. They took another one to the face. Things that are going well. Empire Knights on the flanks, fighting back against a lot of stuff. And I guess actually that's not going that well, as archers are trying to support the fight. But the Empire Knights are going to take a lot of damage here. And Valkia even dives in with a rear attack onto the Hellblaster volley guns. They got another Earthblood to try and heal them up. And here come the Demigryph Knights. And they don't have halberds. They're not paying for that bonus versus large. They're not going to use. Standard Ground and Reichland Runefang is out, giving these guys 64, 62 melee stats. And as soon as the Demon Shield wears off, Valkia is going to take a lot of damage. Empire Knights were trying to support the front line. They're dealing decent damage back overall with these Spearmen, but it's not really enough right now. And the Black Lions are trying to shoot some of the flanks. But this is a very important fight. Do the Demigryph Knights with the Reichland Runefang damage Valkia enough? Currently, it's looking like yes. She is quite surrounded and taking a lot of damage. Black Line's still firing into those Minotaurs, but some Chaos Warhounds have come in to deal with the archers, so the Empire's losing some of their range pretty quickly here. Horse Franz and the lads beating up on Valkia just like her trailer. Just down to below half HP. And a Skullcannon does some serious friendly fire on the Minotaurs of Khorne. Oof. As other Skullcannons are trying to get more shots off, they went into combat with Spearmen briefly to get a little bit more ammo. If this one ever fires, he's got a good side shot on the Black Lions where he couldn't possibly miss. Now they're moving, so he'll probably miss if he shoots. Valkia is real low and routed off. But for Khorne, they've routed off almost all of the Empire Knights. Almost all the Empire Knights are dead. Some of the Minos of Khorne, some of the Chaos Warhounds and Fleshhounds are routed off, and the Empire's coming back on the balance of power. Good shot in from the Skullcannon, does a little bit of damage, kills off 2 Knight models, it looks like. But Valkia maybe can escape this and get back into the sky. Maybe, since she's routing the AI, will try and get her out, but it's looking unlikely. Chaos Warhounds of Khorne are trying to harass the Black Lions again, despite all the healing they've received. Demigryph Knights are still full HP, and so is Franz. And then they have heal support, though I wonder how much Winds of Magic this guy has been casting on the Black Lions. For the Empire, most of their infantry, most of their Empire Knights are dead. Most. I mean, they have 1 healthy Spearman and an almost dead Greatsword over there, but I was being general. And this last Minotaur with great weapons is trying to fight against these Demigryph Knights, but Stand Your Ground is popped, and they have support from these other Empire Knights who are eating up some of this damage, so the Minotaurs are gonna have to be careful. Horn of Corn is popped to give them even more melee attacks. They should be able to get through these guys, but there's just so many random Knights in their way. You can see all these models that aren't related to the Demigryph Knights that are in here, but now the Demigryph Knights are much more isolated. Maybe the Minos can start fighting back a little bit better. The Black Lions are still shooting. They got another regrowth, really trying to heal up the Black Lions to keep them alive. Not sparing the healing for Franz with the Demigryphs, though, as they're currently under attack from these Minos. And the Minos are in it to win it. Now that the Stand Your Ground wore off and the support is gone, the Demigryph Knights have just been getting cleaved. Oh god, they're getting massacred. Some Spearmen are trying to come in to help, and they will, but is it going to be in time? As there go the Demigryph Knights, and that Jade Wizard might be like, oops, I gave the regrowth to the fucking Black Lions as Chaos Warhounds get it to rout. Then they rout, but other Chaos Warhounds should be here to take up the chase, and more Fleshhounds of Corn are coming back. Rest in peace, Demigryph Knights, and Earthblood is not enough to save you. Oh no. Franz has all of his buffs popped, Reikland, Runefang, and Golem Miraz, giving him 89 melee attack with a bunch of bonus versus large. He's trying to fight back against these Minos, but all of his Spearmen are leaving, all of his support is leaving, and the dogs are going to chase off those Black Lions. That is a terrible loss for the Empire. Skullcannons still trying to kite around. This one is back with 2 ammunition, and it's trying to shoot at Franz, who's currently surrounded by Khorne troops, so it should actually shoot these clumped up Spearmen rather than Franz, because, like, if you shoot at Franz, you're just going to do friendly fire. So just shoot at the Spearman. Come on, what are you doing? Empire bounce power gets real low as the Minos of Khorne shatter off some more stuff. Our Skullcannon still trying to aim a shot at Franz, who is on the move. It does try and hit him. It misses and hits the Marauders. I really wish it would just shoot at this clump of Spearmen. It seems like a better use of its ammunition and of its time. As more Spearmen and Greatswords try and join the fight, the Skullcannons hit their own Marauders, and then that one misses the Spearmen. I actually think it was aiming at the Spearmen. I just think it missed. And now the Empire has reconvened into a heal blob. And I feel like Khorne wasted an opportunity there. They're trying to come back in now. The Minos are going to charge in now, but the Demigryph Knights are back. Like, they didn't cut them off before they rejoined with the crew. And now you're fighting on top of spear support. You're fighting all these guys with all these buffs, and the Skullcannon is getting massacred. Horn of Khorne is down, but it just wore off now. Wait, it never hit the Minos. Oh, that's unfortunate. So the Horn of Khorne was used just on some Minos and not all of them. Now the Skullcannon is fading away. Khorne is still way up on the balance of power, but they're having a much harder time on this recharge. Demigryph Knights seem fine. And the Spearman that was previously full health is down to half HP, but they are getting another Earthblood. There goes the Minos routing. Skullcannon turns and fires at point-blank range, actually getting considerable damage down, getting those Demigryph Knights to maybe rout. Skullcannon in the distance, chasing down some Shattered Spearmen to get more kills for the Khorne army passive, but also to get more ammunition. This one just won't stop Demonic Instability crumbling as he turns and fires in, getting a good shot onto the Demigryph Knights. It did do damage as it passed through, even though it went over their heads. And then another really good shot. So Skullcannons through the game and now are trying to bring it right back. Dives in once more for a little bit more regen for that heal per second while you're in melee combat. Demigryph Knights rout again. Spearmen not feeling too good, leadership or health-wise, and Franz is still very low. Maybe Khorne can bring this back from the brink of defeat. So Spearmen down to 18 leadership, but Franz is going to have his buff soon. Both Reikland, Runefang, and Stand Your Ground offer a lot of leadership, so he should be able to buff up those guys' leadership soon. Another Earthblood is out. Franz is surrounded by Marauders as he continues to fire around. The Skullcannon needs to stop trying to shoot at Franz. It can't fucking see him. Just get closer and shoot at the Spearmen, for the love of God. Minos charge into Unbraced Spearmen. Reikland Runefang gives them a ton of melee attack and leadership to stay in the fight. And they're now swinging back against those Minotaurs who are taking damage. Franz even dives back to give a little bit more buff to them. Demigryph Knights were trying to return, but they rout again for the final time. That will shatter them. They are gone. And the Skullcannon fires at Franz yet again. Manages to not friendly fire its Minos for once, but that is a for once. There, the Spearmen have finally routed. The Minos can have some alone time with Franz or the Jade Wizard, who are both on horseback, so they are large, meaning that bonus versus large works. And Minos are just better at surrounding, killing big targets. So the Minos are in here. Marauders need to get out of their way. And Marauders need to peel the Greatswords who are being allowed to come back. Skullcannon honestly has to charge through those Greatswords. Skullcannon has to do something else. It's not helping in the single entity fight. It needs to peel off the infantry before they rear charge the Minos who are already faltering on leadership. All of Khorne is falling apart. Oh no! Franz is getting so low, he has that one leadership, and then he rallies up. The Skullcannon is trying to get away. It has ammunition back. Now it's trying to fire at Franz at point-blank range. Maybe that chunk of damage would get him to rout, but it's not going to happen as Ulfkorn is routing. We have some Marauders. The Skullcannon needs to fall back. It needs to get out of here, get back to these Marauders who can help chew through the Greatswords, but it's staying in the fight. It's trying to regen up. It's trying to get more ammo. It's trying to rout Franz, but it can't do that. Run! Run away! Get back to your Marauders! No! Skullcannon! It's getting so low! Franz is beating its ass. It's at 800 HP. It's going to start demonic instability crumbling soon, and Marauders are charging into Greatswords. The Skullcannon's dying. It needs to charge into the rear of the Greatswords to get that charge bonus back, but now it's trying to run. It's too late. It's too late. It's crumbling away. Another Earthblood, and that is going to be a win for the Empire. Clawing it back from disaster. GG. Poor Corn. Valkia getting completely dumpstered by the Demigryph Knights definitely set the tone of this game. Skullcannons both did well. Minos well, I guess not that one, but 2 out of the 3 Minos did amazingly. Dogs did pretty well. For the side of Coops, Horse Franz did great work. Demigryph Knights did great work. Black Lions did fine. Empire Knights mostly got slammed. Greatswords did okay. And then Spearmen, can you tell which one lasted until the late game? Maybe that one. Archers did okay for being only 350. Or are they 375? I think they're 350. GG. Roar.
Subscribe, yes, yes.